ਲਿਬਰਲ ਆਗੂ ਜਸਟਿਨ ਟਰੂਡੋ ਨੇ ਕੰਜ਼ਰਵੇਟਿਵ ਪ੍ਰੀਮੀਅਰਸ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਨਿਸ਼ਾਨਾ ਸਾਧਦੇ ਆਖਿਆ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰੋਵਿੰਸ ਦੀ $1 ਬਿਲੀਅਨ ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਦੇਣਗੇ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਵੈਕਸੀਨ ਪਾਸਪੋਰਟ ਦੇ ਨਿਯਮ ਲਾਗੂ ਕਰਨਗੀਆਂ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਓਨਟਾਰੀਓ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰੀਮੀਅਰ ਡਗਫੋਰਡ ਦਾ ਨਾਂ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਆਖਿਆ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਪੇਸ਼ਕਸ਼ ਫੋਰਡ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਸਵੀਕਾਰ ਕਰਨੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ।
They struggled like so many small businesses did through this pandemic, but we've made it through because Canadians were there for each other, because the government was there for them. And of course, Omar and Adnan aren't the only ones to know that we still have to work hard to get through this. In a few days, school will be back here in Ontario. And I'm a dad. My youngest, Hadrian, is heading into grade 2 in an Ottawa public school. He can't get his shots yet. And like millions of parents, I'm worried. But there's a lot we can do to protect kids, just like our workers. And the single most powerful way to keep each other safe, if your premier mandates that everyone in your local restaurant or gym or other non-essential locations must be fully vaccinated and show proof, we'll pay for the development and rollout of that program. A vaccine mandate for non-essential businesses is a good idea. It keeps people safe. It encourages everyone to do the right thing. It keeps our businesses open, and it keeps our economy rebuilding. In fact, a top bank economist has warned that provinces that don't bring in these vaccine mandates will have slower job creation and a weaker recovery than those that do. And that's not good news for jobs, for businesses, or for anyone. This is about doing the right thing and the smart thing. Already, Premier Horgan and Premier Legault have stepped up. And I certainly hope that here in Ontario, Premier Ford steps up as well. It's time for him to listen to public health officials and leaders like Bonnie Crombie. And we'll be ready when he does. Because keeping you safe, that's my top priority. And not just through this fall, but over the long term too.
ਅਫਗਾਨਿਸਤਾਨ ਤੋਂ ਹੋਰਨਾਂ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਾਹਰ ਕੱਢਣ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੇ ਅਮਰੀਕੀ ਜਹਾਜ਼ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ 500 ਸੀਟਾਂ ਹੋਰ ਬੁੱਕ ਕਰ ਲਈਆਂ ਸਨ ਅਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਬਾਹਰ ਕੱਢ ਲਿਆ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ। ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਮਾਰਕੋ ਮੈਂਡੀਸਨੋ ਨੇ ਐਲਾਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਆਖਿਆ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਸਾਡੀ ਫੌਜ ਨੇ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਾਹਰ ਕੱਢਣ ਦਾ ਸਿਲਸਿਲਾ ਖਤਮ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਭਾਈਵਾਲਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਕੈਨੇਡੀਅਨ ਨਾਗਰਿਕਾਂ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਫੌਜ ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀ।
Thanks to the bravery and outstanding performance of our armed forces, Canada was able to safely evacuate roughly 3,700 people and contribute to a coalition effort that has seen over 100,000 evacuated. It is the largest airlift in history. We owe them a debt of gratitude that we can never repay. This has been a time of enormous pain and anguish. Après que le Canada a annoncé qu'il cessait ses opérations d'évacuation à Kaboul, la journée d'hier a été incroyablement difficile, autant pour les personnes souhaitant quitter l'Afghanistan que pour leurs familles et leurs proches, ainsi que pour tous ceux qui ont des liens avec ce pays. First and foremost, our thoughts are with the people of Afghanistan, who only want the same opportunities that we enjoy as Canadians, to live in peace and security, to be able to raise their families, to watch them grow up, and share with them the prospect of a brighter and better future. It's also been a difficult time for our veterans, who sacrificed so much in the hopes that those opportunities would become realized. In my conversations with those that have served, I can tell how intensely engaged they've been in supporting our evacuation efforts. To our veterans, thank you for coming back into service. We will continue to work with you. And we will continue to work with the Afghan diaspora here in Canada. I know you are hurting. And my direct message to you is that we are going to continue to exhaust every effort to reunite you with your loved ones. Because even though the military evacuation may have ended, there is no end to our commitment to you, to your families, and to the people of Afghanistan. Let me tell you what we are doing right now.
ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਫੈਡਰਲ ਚੋਣਾਂ ਲਈ ਚੋਣ ਪ੍ਰਚਾਰ ਜ਼ੋਰ-ਸ਼ੋਰ ਨਾਲ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਜਿਸ ਸੰਬੰਧੀ ਇੱਕ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਇੱਕ ਸਰਵੇ ਵੀ ਕੀਤੇ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ। ਇੱਕ ਤਾਜ਼ਾ ਸਰਵੇਖਣ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਲਿਬਰਲਾਂ ਨੂੰ 32.5% ਸਮਰਥਕਾਂ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਵੋਟਾਂ ਹਾਸਲ ਹੋਣਗੀਆਂ, ਜਦਕਿ ਕੰਜ਼ਰਵੇਟਿਵਾਂ ਨੂੰ 31.4% ਵੋਟਾਂ ਦਾ ਸਮਰਥਨ ਮਿਲੇਗਾ। ਦੋਵਾਂ ਪਾਰਟੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਫਸਵਾਂ ਮੁਕਾਬਲਾ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਜਗਮੀਤ ਵੀ ਇਸ ਦੌੜ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਤੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਨਹੀਂ।
But what we're seeing right now is he's the only leader that we tested that actually has a positive net favorability rating, which means more people like what he's doing than dislike what he's doing. So Jagmeet Singh's absolutely become an asset for the NDP ticket. And he is clearly somebody, particularly I would say progressive voters, are prepared to take a look at. So in many ways, he represents the most serious challenge to Justin Trudeau and his leadership, because he represents that type of leader that people who are progressive voters who have voted for the Liberal Party actually feel affinity for or are attracted to. Justin Trudeau used to be the biggest strength on the Liberal ticket. Back in 2015, it was definitely his election win, and his favorability ratings were off the charts in terms of how Canadians felt about him. But things have changed a lot over the last 6 years, and now we find him as the leader with the highest level of unfavorability when we ask people about whether they have a favorable or an unfavorable opinion of the Prime Minister. But this could turn around, but at the moment, what we're seeing is a situation in which people are not responding well to him. What we see for the leader of the Conservative Party, Aaron O'Toole, is that of the people who say that they know who he is, most of them don't like them. I mean, so, unfavorable ratings with 49% of those who say they know who he is. A favorable rating is only 28%, so he has a rating of -21. But there's still a quarter of the population that hasn't made up their mind yet. And among these ratings, we notice that a lot of them are fairly soft, even both favorable, unfavorable. So he's really going through the process of introducing himself to Canadian voters. One of the things that's really uncommon in an election campaign is to see a political leader who's offside with his party. And only 67% of the people that we interviewed in this survey said that they who are conservative voters actually said that they had a favorable impression of Aaron O'Toole. So he's in a difficult position with both his party and with the Canadian electorate.
ਇਨੀ ਦਿਨੀ ਬ੍ਰਿਟਿਸ਼ ਕੋਲੰਬੀਆ ਦੇ ਜੰਗਲ ਦੀ ਅੱਗ ਨਾਲ ਝੁਲਸ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਦੌਰਾਨ ਲਗਾਤਾਰ ਕਲਾਈਮੇਟ ਚੇਂਜ ਦੀਆਂ ਤਕਰੀਰਾਂ ਰੱਖੀਆਂ ਜਾ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਇਸ ਸਭ ਦੇ ਵਿਚਾਲੇ ਬ੍ਰਿਟਿਸ਼ ਕੋਲੰਬੀਆ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰੀਮੀਅਰ ਜੋਨ ਹੋਰਗਨ ਨੇ ਅੱਗ ਬੁਝਾਉਣ ਦੇ ਯਤਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਾਧਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ। ਪ੍ਰੀਮੀਅਰ ਨੇ ਫਾਇਰ ਫਾਈਟਰਸ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ।
Most importantly, I want to thank Mayor Smith and those who came before her for the fire-smart work that's been done by Logan Lake's community to ensure that the fires that we just experienced stopped at the line and came no further. That's a testament to the hard work of the fire service. It's a testament to those structural firefighters who came from around British Columbia to Logan Lake to protect homes, to protect property, and to protect people. For that, we are forever in their debts, not just the community of Logan Lake, but all British Columbians. Catherine and I were in Vernon last night at the largest fire centre we've had in the Okanagan in recent memory. Some 470 firefighters from Quebec, from around British Columbia, New Brunswick, and other places, all focused on protecting other people they've never met before, people that maybe we'll wait for that to land. There we go. So we're in Vernon last night, and at shift change, at the end of every evening, the people of Vernon come together at the entrance to the fire center, and they cheer on the firefighters. The trucks, the structural firefighters that are coming in, hit the sirens. There's a sense of community, quite extraordinary. And to be able to sit and talk with firefighters from every corner of the province, to talk about some on their third and fourth rotation, was profoundly moving, certainly for me. I have a family, as I just said to Chief Wilson, I have 3 members of my family who are professional firefighters. I know the challenges that they face every day, but to come to an interface fire as we experienced here just outside of Logan Lake, to do the hard work, to put yourself on the line, to protect people and property is quite extraordinary, and it's very powerful to see firsthand.
Is amazing, phenomenal. We are all celebrating right now this wonderful win.
It's an opportunity for the university to show leadership on an issue that is of importance, not only for our community, but to all Canadians.
Glad to see that they're united with the students of the campus, which is really great.
I like how we're looking into it more and taking more consideration of the lives that we affected, and it's a lot of change, especially for a big school like Ryerson.